Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Helen Lewis, and I want to tell you about a podcast I've made for BBC Radio 4 and BBC Sounds. It's called The New Gurus, and it's about how everywhere you look on the internet, people are giving advice. Advice they claim will transform your life. Advice that gets them thousands, even millions of devoted followers. These online prophets are telling us how to eat, how to think, how to get rich, how to find love, how to manage our time. So how exactly are these gurus changing our lives and the world around us? And who holds them to account? Find out by subscribing to The New Gurus wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah, Jehoram got power and killed all his brothers and then worshiped pagan gods.
And he killed his brothers for, no fucking reason. He was already made king by his dad.
Yeah, and then he lasted about 8 years and then died.
But my favorite line from that chapter was, no one was sorry when he died.
No one.
No one.
No one was sorry.
Not no one, not no how.
Yeah. So that was 2 Chronicles chapter 21.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we're getting into
2 Chronicles chapter 22.
Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay. 2 Chronicles chapter 22.
Okay.
I just want to see if I could do a sing.
You did. You made
out of the numbers.
You did it.
I song.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's been done.
I know. I'm sorry. It wasn't very good, but I don't know.
I thought maybe we were starting like a monk chant or something.
No, just every once in a while, I just like to make noise. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
every once in a while. Huh? Just only every once in a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
the people of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, Jehoram's youngest son, their next king.
Yay, no more murderous fuck.
Since the marauding bands who came with the Arabs had killed all the older sons.
Son of a...
Remember?
Wait, what?
They had killed all of his sons.
Oh, that's right. They left the youngest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody had to carry on the David line.
Right.
And it better be the youngest one because he doesn't know what the fuck his dad did.
He did the baby.
He wasn't trained.
He did the baby.
He wasn't trained by the idiot.
No, he the baby.
Right.
So Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, reigned as king of Judah.
Mm-hmm.
Ahaziah was not a baby. Oh shit, he was 22 years old when he became king.
Damn.
That's a growed up.
That's not a baby.
That is a growed up.
He has no rattles.
He's an adult.
He's...
Okay, let me ask you this.
What?
When people say adult instead of adult, does that bug you? Like, it totally bugs me.
I don't hear people say that very often.
They say adult. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it would bug me if I heard that.
I hate it. It's kind of like, okay, even though I know it's totally British, it's like when somebody British says controversy instead of controversy.
Yeah.
And the other day I said...
I kind of like controversy.
Controversy. I said that the other day and you looked at me and I was like, I was trying to be British just then.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that one is, you got to try. It's kind of like when, I don't know, when I hear someone British speaking, I think it's, adorable.
Right.
And same thing for like Minnesotans and stuff, like
Minnesota.
and Canadians and stuff, like it's, yeah. And,
but when you hear somebody mimicking it or mocking it, it doesn't come off as good. Like, sometimes when Americans try to sound smarter than they are, like when Americans say whilst, and I'm like, you're not fucking British. It's while, not whilst.
Yeah.
Okay? Only British people can say whilst because they actually mean it when they say it.
Right.
They're not just trying.
Yeah.
Like, it just is the way they speak.
Do you ever wonder, like, if people think something of our accent? Like, do we have an accent?
Of course we have an accent, but...
I mean, we do have an accent. I just don't... Nobody knows they have an accent, right? But do some people know they have... Like, I've never heard somebody say, Midwestern... I guess I have heard Midwestern accent.
Yeah, it's...
But, like...
It's the one that is...
I guess growing up in the Midwest, I hear about other accents more because they're not here.
You know why? Because, okay, like a Southern accent is twangy, right?
Yeah.
And, like... a Spanish accent is kind of like musical-ish. Like, it has a cadence to it.
Right.
A Midwestern accent is just boring.
It really is, isn't it?
Like a New England...
I was always told that we are the, like, basis for, like, what newscasters... How they learn to speak, basically.
Yeah.
Like, we are the
boring.
epitome of boring.
Yeah. We're the plainest. So when you
Isn't that
say...
depressing? It's
Yeah.
a little depressing.
Yeah. So when you say Midwestern accent, what you mean is lacking in any kind of like up or down or sing song.
Come on, just say it. Boring.
Boring. It's
Fucking
just boring. It's monotone. It's plain. It's straight.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost, one might say, lacking an accent.
Yeah, definitely.
It's boring.
I mean, to us, it's lacking an accent. Somebody else might think it's an exciting accent. I don't know.
Well, I would like to hear somebody mimicking me. Although, okay, I take that back because Benedict Cumberbatch did mimic us in The Power of the Dog.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to watch it again.
Well, okay, I guess it was supposed to be a Southern accent. He did a pretty good job, but he said some things that made me laugh. Like,
gotcha.
He was trying. Well, his character. I'm trying to differentiate him from his character.
Yeah.
He was just trying to sound American. His character was trying to sound Southern and uneducated.
Got it.
He wasn't. His character was trying to, even though his character was actually intellectual.
Got it.
But didn't want to come off that way.
Right.
So he on purpose said things like panano instead of piano.
Got it.
Which I'd never heard anybody say before.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
I thought it was cool, though.
Right.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a psychological mind fuck.
Yeah. Definitely was that.
And you know what? The further I get away from that movie, the more that I remember it better. You know what I mean? Like,
I never remember shit after I watch it.
Okay,
like I remember overarching themes, and I remember a little bit about.
Yeah,
things,
we're not talking about that
it.
because you forget movies.
I do.
Okay, what I mean is that I thought it was really good when I saw it, but I was like, what the fuck did I just see? And the more distance I have from it, the more that I think about it, and I'm like, my God, that movie was really fucking good. And I did not think that at first.
Yeah.
You know? It's just with distance that I've really kind of like, man, that movie was really good.
Right.
Okay, I don't know why we're talking about Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
accents.
I mean, accents, right.
Accents. Yeah. And Jehoram was
maybe he had an
guy.
Accent. I don't,
he was a guy.
He was a guy.
Yeah, so Ahaziah, he reigned as king of Judah. He was 22. He reigned for a year. His mother was Athaliah.
Okay.
A granddaughter of King Omri, just FYI.
Got it. Okay.
The chronicler wants us to know that.
All right.
Ahaziah also followed the evil example of King Ahab's family.
Shit.
He was a fucker,
Man.
For his mother encouraged him in doing wrong.
Oh, it's all mom's fault.
You would have thought that he, being the baby, wouldn't know better.
But mom encouraged it, so,
Yeah.
Mom didn't die with dad, so mom got
true.
to,
That's true. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight, just as Ahab's family had done.
Man, that's why this is, yeah.
They even became his advisors after the death of his father, and they led him to ruin.
Damn it. Why did you have to lead him to ruin?
Wow. That's
I mean, those
strong
other gods,
words.
they're going to lead you to ruin.
They led him to ruin.
Don't you know this? Like, you've seen it happen. Like, all these other kings that worship the not gods,
Right?
they get ruined.
They
because
get
of,
ruined.
because God.
Yeah.
Right?
Following their evil advice, Ahaziah joined Joram, the son of King Ahab of Israel, in his war against King Hazael of Aram at Ramoth Gilead.
Mm-hmm.
When the Arameans wounded Joram in the battle, he returned to Jezreel to recover from the wounds he had received at Ramoth. Because Joram was wounded, King Ahaziah of Judah went to Jezreel to visit him.
Okay.
That is too many names that start with a J. I did not follow.
But the
who
king
was
that we're
doing
following,
what.
Jehoram's son,
Uh-huh.
he's visiting the other
And what's
king.
his name?
I don't fucking know.
What's
The guy
Jehoram's
that was
son?
Ahab's son or whatever, right?
Hold
Jehoram's son is
Ahaziah.
Ahaziah, yeah.
Ahaziah. Yeah. Okay. Ahaziah went to Jezreel to visit this other guy.
Yeah.
Okay, the bad guy.
Ahab's son or whatever.
Right. But God had decided that this visit would be Ahaziah's downfall.
Oh, man.
That's what he decided.
Yep.
God
Yep.
was like, enough.
Right.
Say it like how I hate. Say it.
Enough.
No, say it again.
Enough.
No, say it like we're in a fight. Like, oh, I'm pissing you off.
I can't act fight enough.
Okay, try it. Just put your foot down.
Enough.
No,
That was
that's
close,
not. That's
right?
not scary at all.
Close.
No.
If you guys
no.
heard the earth shake, that was me putting my foot down.
Yeah, but it wasn't strong enough.
The
Like
earth
your voice
moved
sounded.
under my foot.
I felt the earth move under your feet. I felt the sky tumbling down.
Did you now? Did you?
Yeah, but that was not the right.
I can't.
I know.
Can't do it.
There's this thing. I've been told it by like 5 men in my life, and every time it's like the most mannish, strong, like they look at you and they just say, enough. And it's like they're saying, I am the final word on this topic and you need to stop talking. And every single time, each of those 5 people that have told me it, like I looked at them and I laughed and I'm like, who the fuck, whomst the fuck do you think you are? Whilst you are standing there delivering this like mannish nonsense phrase.
How often am I that way?
Oh, hardly ever.
Okay.
I
was clear. I wanted to clear the record a little bit.
Yeah,
here,
no, we've been married for like 15 years. You've said it maybe twice, but both times that you've said it, I've looked at you like, okay, mannish man, that'll be enough from you.
Mm-hmm.
But your brother said it to me once, and I laughed. And I was like, oh, is it? Because you said so, huh? Like, who the fuck says enough to somebody else? Like I'm the final word. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you're not the one who decides if it's enough or not.
All right, that's enough, darling.
Oh, you better fuck the fuck off right now. But there have been a couple of other men, and it's only men. I've never, ever had a woman, and I have fought with women before, like argued heatedly.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a woman look at me straight in the eye, standing tall and square, and say, enough. Like, who the fuck? Only a mannish man does that. No, don't. Now you're doing the gesture of you're going on too much about this. And I am going on too much about this, but it's because I need all the men listeners out here, put this in your fucking brain hole and like smoke on it a little bit. Do not tell somebody enough, and do not particularly say it as you're standing tall and using your height. Okay, I'm a shorty. So when tall people look down on me and tell me enough, they're totally taking advantage of their height. And it's bullshit and it's bullyish. Don't do it. Okay.
Right.
Now it's enough.
Great.
Now I'll move on.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, this is going to be Ahaziah's downfall, this visit. While he was there, Ahaziah went out with Joram to meet Jehu, grandson of Nimshi,
Okay.
whom the Lord had appointed to destroy the dynasty of Ahab. Call me Ishmael.
Okay.
While Jehu was executing judgment against the family of Ahab, he happened to meet some of Judah's officials and Ahaziah's relatives who were traveling with Ahaziah.
Okay.
There's too many people. I'm not
There
following
really are.
all of
Like,
this.
I thought one of these guys was like, I thought the guy that was wounded was Ahab's son.
I don't
So, like,
fucking
this
know.
guy, but I guess I'm wrong.
But you know what? Who cares? Cause, listen to this. So Jehu killed them all.
Oh, well, I mean, that solved that problem.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't
Maybe
worry
it
about
was,
it.
actually, I guess. So, yeah.
Don't worry about who all those people are, because Jehu just killed them all.
Yeah.
Jehu. Who is Jehu again now?
He's some
Is that
other. He's the
Ahab's
guy that
son?
God picked. No, I don't think. No,
Is it a
because
good guy or a bad
he was
guy?
exercising judgment against the people of Ahab, like Ahab's descendants. He was sent to destroy
So he's a good
Ahab's
guy?
descendants. There's no good guys or bad
Okay.
guys. They're all fucking idiots.
Insofar as the story that we're following.
No, he's not not really.
Okay.
He's just some other group that
okay.
that God utilized to kill somebody.
Okay. But
That's it.
is he on... He's not on Israel or Judah's side?
He's on teams somewhere over there in the other places.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I was getting confused. There's too many names.
Yeah.
Okay, when I read a thing with a lot of names, like a Shakespeare play, for example, I have to pull out index cards and write all the names and who's related to who so that I remember all the people and how they're related to each other. Otherwise, it's just like a bunch of numbers.
Right.
You just spit a bunch of numbers at me.
Yeah.
So then Jehu's men searched for Ahaziah, and they found him hiding in the city of Samaria.
Oh, okay.
They brought him to Jehu, who killed him.
Well, that's the end of that guy.
That's the end of that guy.
Bye-bye, as
Ooh.
what was his name?
Ahaziah.
Ahaziah. Bye-bye, Ahaziah.
You just can't remember that name. That's funny.
I can't.
I can remember that name. I just can't remember nobody else. So Ahaziah killed everybody, including Ahaziah.
No, Ahaziah didn't.
Yeah,
Jehu.
Jehu killed
You said
everybody.
Ahaziah killed everybody.
Oh, sorry. Jehu killed everybody, including Ahaziah. Ahaziah was given a decent burial because people said, well, he was the grandson of Jehoshaphat, a man who sought the Lord with all his heart.
But he was also the son of Jehoram, who was an asshole.
Right.
And this guy was an asshole.
You know what?
Jehoram didn't get a good burial. They were like, no, you don't get to be down in the fucking tombs with the kings.
And you're all descendants of Moses or Aaron, and you're all descendants of Adam, who was a fuckface. You know? Like, let's be honest. Adam was a dumbass, so therefore we all get to die. The end.
How was Adam a dumbass?
Because he's like, I don't know, she gave me a fucking apple. I don't know. What?
Okay.
I'm just standing here.
I know, I mean, it's not that I'm disagreeing. I just was curious which part.
It was
You
the
were,
apple
like,
thing. I'm
judging
still
him
stuck
on.
on that fruit thing.
Okay.
Because he was told, but supposedly she wasn't, and because...
They were both there.
Right,
Remember,
and they were both
there.
standing there, right? And he's like, I don't know.
So it's all bullshit.
She fucking, I don't know, she just
No,
gave
no.
it to me.
No, he was there. He had heard God's commandment. He's just as guilty as Eve was.
Yeah, exactly.
So fuck all this, whatever, bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the woman's fault. But he acted like, I don't know, she just gave it to me. What? Like, he acted like she made him, it's her fault, Everything is her fault.
Mhm.
And it's like, but she wasn't even born yet when he gave you that fucking commandment not to eat shit.
Right.
So, like...
So it's more your fault, Adam, than
Yeah.
Eve's.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah.
But none of the surviving members of Ahaziah's family was capable of ruling the kingdom. So that happened.
They were not very capable.
They were not capable. That's a good callback. When Athaliah, the mother of King Ahaziah of Judah, learned that her son was dead, she began to destroy the rest of Judah's royal family. Because she was
damn.
like, no, you did not.
Wow.
No, you did not just kill my child. I'm done with you. It's off.
Damn.
But Ahaziah's sister, Jehosheba,
Mm-hmm.
the daughter of King Jehoram, took Ahaziah's infant son Joash and stole him away like Moses from among the rest of the king's children who were about to be killed.
Interesting.
I remember this story. She put Joash and his nurse in a bedroom, and in this way, Jehosheba, wife of Jehoiada the priest and sister of Ahaziah, hid the child so that Athaliah could not murder him.
There's a lot of stories in the Bible of somebody rescuing an infant from infanticide.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stories.
Mhm.
And it's not just in Bible stories. It's
Right.
in all, pre-modern, whatever lore.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking there's Greek stories, there's,
Mhm.
like all kinds of shit. So
Well, I mean, there's a lot of comparisons between Jesus and, what's that guy's name? Hercules. Hercules.
Well, yeah.
Because
But
they're
there's-
both half god, half man kind of thing.
Sure.
And they both are like walking the earth kind of thing. Like, I don't know, am I a god or am I not?
I mean, let's just be honest. Every god that's ever been invented has been invented before. It has been invented before. Like, even probably the oldest one that we know about probably is a mixture of other ones that we hadn't ever heard about. They came together at some point and formed this one story that is the first one that we, learned of from anything that was written down.
Yeah. Or passed down through oral histories.
Right. So even the first gods we are aware of were
based on previous
and they were mixed together from other groups. So I mean, like, it's all a mess.
It's all a mess.
Yeah.
And the fact is that none of them exist, so who cares?
Duh.
Honestly. So Joash, the baby, remained hidden in the temple of God for 6 years.
Wow.
While Athaliah ruled over the land. The end. I do remember that story.
Yeah, but like, wasn't the temple of God like right there next to isn't it really close to the castle and shit?
Yeah, but I mean, think about like how big this castle and the whole like.
But you're telling me that nobody was like, yo, there's a woman living in the temple of God.
Okay.
With a baby that resembles the king's baby.
I read the book Flowers in the Attic, and there was a whole group of kids living up in that attic that nobody knew about. That was just a mansion. Okay?
All right.
That was just a mansion. Imagine now a mansion times 100.
All right.
And that's what we've got going on.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So there you have it.
I'll allow for it, I guess.
And there were several episodes of the X-Files where there was like somebody living in the walls or living in the basement or, all kinds of stuff.
Right. All right. Well, I don't think we have anything else to add, maybe?
I added way too much this episode. Yeah.
So that was 2 Chronicles chapter 22.
It sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we'll be back with
2 Chronicles chapter 23.
We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and I host the Lazy Genius podcast, a show that helps you be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't. But here's the kicker. You get to decide what matters, not me. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes are around 20 minutes and are full of practical, helpful information, as well as a lot of permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday and cover a broad range of topics, from laundry and getting dinner on the table to finding work-life balance and organizing your inbox. So I invite you to give the Lazy Genius podcast a listen. Together, let's stop doing it all for the sake of doing what matters.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.